going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew? This is Ball Hawk Fatima Lafonum of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
All right, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton. And man, we've got some moves shaking and a bacon across the NFL. You've got people already starting to make trades for players. Green Bay Packers are making a trade for a backup quarterback. Lions are making cuts. Hey, a few surprises so far have hit the wire. I know I'm about a half hour late with some of these, but sorry, I had to finish up some work stuff. So here's what we got so far. Big shocker right off the bat, I think, for most Lions fans is that Mitchell Aguiye, he was cut. And I was a little bit surprised by this. I actually thought he had done enough to potentially make the Lions 53-man roster, but maybe he'll end up on the practice squad like he did last year. Caden Davis, probably not a big surprise there. While he's had some moments this preseason, not just enough to where the team clearly felt good with him. Offensive lineman Brian Hudson also on the move. He's been cut. Zonovan Knight, running back. We had been debating if he had fallen out behind Jameer Jefferson. He appears that he has. He's the odd man out. Now, I do believe it's going to be Craig Reynolds or Jefferson to secure that fourth spot. Defensive lineman Pat O'Connor. Not a big surprise there. Most people anticipated he was probably looking for employment elsewhere, and it's no disrespect for him. It's just he was the odd guy out. Not a huge shocker here, but a big name everybody had expectations for coming out of last season into this season. Unfortunately for Donovan Peoples-Jones, he just never lived up to the expectation. The hype when the Lions acquired him, a lot of people thought, man, while he didn't show up a lot on film last year, maybe the offseason would take care of him. Unfortunately, it does appear like he is like we've been talking about all preseason. We were always waiting for that gear to get kicked in for him to make that next move. It did not appear that the coaching staff felt like he was going to be able to help out with this team. Ty Summers, I know I had a bit of a debate with everybody in the Duke crew as far as where to put this guy because I thought his play was pretty outstanding. Would it be him or Abraham Beauplan making the final 53? Ty Summers is out. Can he make the practice squad? It's possible, but I think this is a strong indication that perhaps Beauplan or Ben Neiman, one of those two are going to make it. I'm still leaning towards Beauplan to make it, but we'll see what shakes out. Cornerback Rashad Wild Goose not going to make it, and then, of course, Zane Zylstra. I think most people across the Lions nation of fandom, whether you're in print media, online media, or YouTube, or I guess you could just say social media, all felt that Zylstra would secure that final tight end number 3 spot, but that's not the case. We had been debating who was going to be in and who was going to be out, and I think probably a surprise from a lot of people. This means that James Mitchell is still in play for the Detroit Lions. We just didn't see a lot out of him, but maybe the Lions are still going forward with him. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see some other moves that have happened. Emmanuel Mosley, I didn't want to go on the air earlier today with it, but he was put on the IR. Christian Mahogany, like we talked about when he did our 53-man roster earlier this week, he is going to be left on the NFI. They've got roughly 4 weeks to work with him before they have to make a roster decision, so we're good there. There's probably other cuts coming out, but those are the big ones so far. Let's see if I get anything else up here. Scott Daly. Oh, this is the other one I want to talk about. Scott Daly, the long snapper for some time, for the Detroit Lions. He has been let go. And Hogan Hatman. Probably not a lot of people saw this one coming. Every 53-man roster prediction that I've seen always had Scott Daly on there, but Hogan Hatton, has replaced him, so he will be the new long snapper for the Detroit Lions. Let's see, Mosley, Pearson Mosley done for the year. He I think he'll be back late November, maybe early December, but they do have the option to bring him back. All right, let's head over to the Duke Crew, see what you guys have to say. And there's still things happening. If you guys get some news while I'm on the air, by all means, go ahead and throw it in the comments section, and we'll go from there. And I appreciate you updating me while I'm on air. JDC, hi all. Hey, JDC, how are you doing? Michael, let the cuts begin, and so they have begun. Eminem, time for the news, 100%, my friend. JMV, what do you got? I'm curious if Darius Fountain got cut. At least as far as I know, not as of yet. Fountain did have, when the news came out about Donovan Peoples-Jones, he put out a tweet just saying, wow. So I think he was expecting for him to be cut and Donovan Peoples to remain with the team. Obviously, that's not the case currently. Let's keep in mind, we've only gone through about 1/3 of the NFL cuts through most teams. Some teams are beyond that so far. So the next 24 hours, there's going to be a lot of things shaking out. You are, like I said earlier in the show, starting to see some trades starting to emerge. My anticipation is most teams are trying to work out trades at this time for guys they know they're ultimately going to have to move on from. Lions have a lot of depth on the offensive line, the linebacker, and defensive end, I should say. I guess you could say interior defensive line, too. Is it possible they trade one of their safety/corners? It is possible, but I think if you're going to see the Lions in a trade, it's going to be for offensive line depth and defensive line depth. Eric, what's up, fellas? What's up, Eric? How you doing? JDC, getting real in the D. Go Lions, 1,000%. JMV, what do you got? He posted wow on X. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That's great. You're one step ahead of me. See, Dennis, hey, some surprise. So far, I'd say there are 3 surprises. And, hey, Zylstra, not a lot of people saw that happening. Daly, nobody, I'm guessing, anticipated that one. Ty Summers, maybe you say that's a surprise. Same with Donovan Peoples-Jones. I guess that's possible, too. Walt, good evening, Coach and Duke Crew. Woo! And good day to you too, Walt. See, Eminem, I'm curious to see what Brad Holmes is cooking. Yeah, you think about it. We're, whatever it is, doing my math in my head, 22 hours away from basically everything having to be finalized. My guess, you're going to see a whole lot of stuff shake out across the league, not just the Detroit Lions in that time. Eric, let's go Lions, 1,000%. Broski, I guess Donovan Peoples-Jones didn't have grit. Not enough grit, apparently. JM5 official, what do you got? Darius Fountain, so far no word, unless it's coming out since I've gone on air. Don, Brad Holmes doesn't watch the internet. He asked us once what a potential value. Yeah, what is a potential value? There you go. Excuse me. Robert, did Williams get cut? Not as of yet. I think he's safe, but you never know. See, Anthony, he was up and down. He was. David, what do you got? Duke Crew, 100%. Hopefully Jones is gone. Yes, he is. He is no longer a Lion. Don Broski, just like you're here, polls, watching everything we do. This is true. Probably watching. JM5, Donovan Peoples-Jones released. He was. Anthony, big catch, 100%. Gerard, what do you got? Woo! Give me a Sheila. I will give you a Sheila. You ask for it. I will send it your way right now. Asking, he shall receive. All right, Chris, bet on Betts for sure. It could be, man. He was not in the first wave, so that is at least a promising move for Betts. See, Perryman, what do you got? Donovan Peoples-Jones is gone. Davis waived, 100%. Yeah, I forgot about Caden Davis, or maybe I mentioned him. Not 100% sure. Not a big surprise by Davis. I liked what we saw out of him. A lot of good things there. Maybe he ends up on the practice squad. To me, the biggest surprises were Scott Daly and Zane Zylstra. From there, you could Scooby-Doo and say maybe a couple of surprises here with Ty Summers, among some other people. Buddy, what do you got? Zylstra is gone? Yes, he is. Dennis, Zane Z got cut? Yes, he did. Buddy, Davis is gone? He is. He's no longer here. Broski, Don Burr, you mean your reactionary draft because Bears stocked up at wide receiver? Amazing. Okay. Jordy, no Shane. No Shane is gone. And Dennis, Broski got cut. Yeah, he might end up getting cut from the team. Jordy, laughing out loud, Broski Bear with ice cold takes per usual. This is true. Walt, hit that thumbs up button for Dan of the Duke Crew. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you would be so kind. Let's see, Buddy, Knight is gone. Yes, Zonovan Knight is out of here. Chris, Broski Bear on waivers picked up by Chicago. It might be. Wild Goose is gone. This is true. Wild Goose, yeah, the heck of a name, though. Heck of a name. Jordy, Ryan Poles cut by the Bears and picked up by the GM of the Cass Tech. There, all right? Dan, what about James Houston? Will he survive? Yes, I think he's going to survive. I think I put him on every one of my 53-man roster breakdowns. See, Don Broski having Nate Davis and Braxton Jones and Ryan Bates as your protection. Jerry Rice and Moss wouldn't last. That might be true. Celine, what do you got? 313. Hope Summers comes back on the PS and the practice squad. Yes, I agree with that. I hope he does. Don, Bears fans want Houston to get cut to pounce on him. I would agree. I think a lot of teams, if Detroit cut Houston, I think a lot of teams would be picking him up real quick. I just don't see it happening, guys. I think this means Isaac Ukwa and James Houston probably are both on the team. Pierce, I already got this one. Sorry about that. Got this one earlier. Mosley, yeah, I don't think he's done for the year. If he heals up at least. He gets to December, then maybe. Let's see. JMV, what do you got? Pat O'Connor gone? He is. Broski, Don Burn, no. Bears don't want or need Captain Stubbs. I'll take Daryl Terrell. Thanks. I'll take James Houston against the Chicago Bears anytime. He puts up a lot of career numbers against the Bears, so thank you very much. All right, one funky Pierce. Being put on IR before the season doesn't mean you have to be out the whole year. No, right. He can come back. Kerry, what do you got? These guys bust their butts. I hate to see guys get cut. They put their heart out on the field. Yeah, they do, and that's absolutely the tough part of it. When you know the final preseason game comes out there, and we were talking about in the live cast, we were watching it afterwards. The tough part is when that whistle blows and the game's over. You know, a lot of guys, while they were celebrating that win, I should say, you got 91 guys out there, 53 are going to survive. So roughly, 45% of those guys know they have the real potential of being unemployed in 72 hours. And now they have 22 hours for those who are still on the table. See, Pierce, Don, I know that, but I thought before the season it meant you're done. No, you're correct. Okay, yeah, he can still come back. Tavo McCannon, what do you got? The trade for Burks? It might happen. It could happen, 100%. Pierce, Don, I thought you were in distinctions with eligible to come back or shut down. Yeah, it depends on how they tag him. I believe, though, Pierce, he is tagged where Emmanuel Mosley, Iman can come back still this year. David, I hope you don't get fired, Coach. Me too, man. Well, you never know, though. You can always get fired. See, Darnell Taylor, another bust who couldn't get on the field. That's just true. Hutch Jr., what's up, fellas? Crazy cuts. Ague and one Daly, another. Yeah, Daly, I think was a big surprise. It is, he replaced Muleman, or I can't forget his name, Death Taxes Muleman, the long-time 20-year snapper for the Detroit Lions. Scott Daly eventually, beat him out when Father Time took him out, and now Daly's gone. So I was a little bit surprised by that cut. Hookadoo, Broski, the new water boy for the Bears? Might be, says Chris is laughing. Broski, Hookadoo, laughing out loud. 9 drinks. Woo! Watch out. Let's see, Hookadoo, hey, Hutch Jr., Chrome, yo, what up, yo, Chrome? Let's see, Hutch Jr., trade for Burks, Mechie, or Tim Patrick, and you have an ex-wide receiver. There was some scuttlebutt earlier today that the Lions made a phone call to, what was it? Not the Rams. The other LA team, the Chargers, about a guy, but I couldn't get a second person to corroborate it, so I'm not going to run with it until I can get at least 2 people to talk about it. See, Pierce, sorry, one funky. I thought there were designations with, the IR and preseason. Those didn't apply. Could be, but I think he's safe for now. See, Hutch Jr., Hookadoo, what's up, buddy? Let's see, Bo, shake, rattle, and roll. Oh, yeah, shake, rattle, and roll. Chris, shake, Spencer, rattle, and roll. There you go. Pierce was confused by IR designations and what Mosley got. Okay. Let's see, Hutch Jr., Mosley got indefinite to IR because the Lions believe he will be back for the ends of the year. There you go. Dennis, Wild Goose is gone. No more drinking. There you go. Pierce, thanks, Mike. Hutch Jr., anytime, buddy. JDC, happy trails. Go Lions victory. We'll see you on the next one, JDC. Let's see, Hutch Jr., Broski wants James Houston so bad. I think there are a lot of teams that want him. We all might razz on him, say this, that, or whatever about James Houston, but let's be real honest with him. The dude is mobile. He's got great quickness. He's got great bend and flexibility. Yes, he might not be a Sam linebacker. He might not be good in coverage, but you know what he can do? He can get to the quarterback. All right, Michael, what do you got? Bring the Goose back. They might on practice squad. Dennis Wright, Mark Sudfeld should be next. I think he, at this point, unless we pick up somebody or trade for somebody, I think he is the number 2 guy. Let's see, Sean Huff, what do you got? Do you think Brad Holmes will make a move for a receiver? I think, and again, I can't corroborate anything because I couldn't get a second person to go on record and say anything, but I do believe the Lions are making some calls. I do know they made one to the Chargers, and I almost said the Rams earlier. Sorry, I just forget not everybody's in LA now. I just couldn't get a second person to say yay or nay on that. So when I get 2 or 3 people to confirm it, then I'll go on air with it. See, Hutch Jr., yes, I think Brand Holmes makes a move. I agree. Broski, Mosley hanging on to that bum. Hey, he's only got to come back and be good for a couple games at that point in the year. Chris, life is tough. We eventually get cut. Yes, we all eventually get tough. Father Time remains undefeated, says Apollo Creed. One funky Mark, if he gets to go, it would actually be a huge surprise. Yeah, if he got let go, it would be a huge surprise. Dennis, Tim Patrick is available. There you go. Hutch Jr., laughing out loud. Good depth piece, Broski. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Perryman, did I hear wrong, or did MCDC say that Brad was going to announce roster not until Thursday? Tuesday, 4 p.m. That's when your final moves have to all be in place or in the league's front office. And yes, it's no longer with the fax machine. See, Moonscar, what's happening? What's happening with you? Motown Mitch, what do you got? Broski Williams, 10 for 20, 50%, 170 yards passing, one rushing TD. Hooker, 300 yards passing, 1 rushing TD, 1 passing TD, 138 yards rushing. Our third string quarterback is better than your starter. Could end up being true, actually. Broski, Mike Hutch, a.k.a. Hutch Jr., hasn't been healthy since 2019. So a season in his career, he was healthy. Keep hanging on, Hutchie. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Like I said, he comes back in late November, December. You only need him for a specific amount of games. And even then, it's just a depth piece. Kneecap biting, what do you got? So you're actually surprised by? So far, I called all 7 cuts so far. I was a little surprised with Scott Daly. A little surprised with Zylstra. Other than that, you could kind of Scooby-Doo back and forth with some of them. See, one funky broski, Mosley, $1 million payment this year doesn't even hurt the cap. Not a big deal for a guy who actually good if he can get on the field. This is true. See, Don Broski is nervous. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's not make this about Broski. Let's make this about Detroit Lions. Okay, Scott, Tim Patrick is 6'4", 212-pound wide receiver for Broncos is available for trade, and if no trade, will be cut in a few yards. 700-plus yard seasons. Yeah, and that could be a possibility. I think they are making moves, Scott. Sorry to go back to you real quick. I do think they're making moves. I think they're trying to line some things up, but 2 people got to be willing to make the deal happen for the deal to happen. See, Kuntz, what do you got? Riley Patterson cut by Washington? Yeah, there was him and somebody else that used to kick for the Lions going back to when Prater was here, that has been released. So there are options, although I think Jake Bates is probably enshrined here, at least for now. See, Moonscar, not Lions news, but Malik Willis is now being traded to the Titans. Yeah, I saw that, and that's that. I couldn't remember his name earlier when I mentioned it at the start of the show, but yes. See, Dan, Roll Pride, there you go. Kneecapped Tim Patrick is being waived. Might be an option. There was him and another guy for the, was it Bengals? I don't remember his name, but he was like 6'5", decent wheels. I mean, like a 4.5 in his pro day. I can't remember his name offhand, but he got cut like 2 days ago by the Bengals. So there, I mean, if you're just looking for size and speed, there are guys out there. But also keep in mind, if they're being cut already a couple days ago or today, the teams were pretty adamant that they weren't even an option to make those teams. So it tells you that they weren't near making the 53-man roster. See, Dennis, I hope Jamarco Jones makes the team. There's been a lot of talk about that. I like the guy. I really have liked watching him out there. I think he's a starting NFL tackle in this league. Not for everybody, not for the elite lines, but I would say, definitely 1/3 of the teams, maybe even 40% of the teams, he could be a depth piece or a starter. Kneecaps, Malik Ellis was traded for the Titans for the Packers for a 7th-round pick. Yeah, that's where I think most of the trades will come from. There'll be like 6th, 7th-round picks. Okay, Broski, Motown Mitch, since you're the preseason stats guy, how many? Okay, let's not. Hey, Broski, man, come on, man. Let's make this about the Lions. Otherwise, hey, we're going to have to move on. Willis, yeah, I knew we were going with it, man. Brent Zylstra gone also. Yes, he is. Don, Terrence Marshall Jr. will be a Lion. There might be a chance for that. Moonscar, no more Charger cast-offs. Hey, I can promise nothing, my friend. I promise nothing. Dan, any chance we replace Raymond with a younger, cheaper, similar trajectory Williams? I think they are pretty similar. It's just obviously Khalif Raymond, the coaches have a lot of faith in him. He's proven himself over time, so I get all that. Let's see, Mark Hooker should be number 2. I think he will be in time. I just think, maybe you get through a quarter of the season, maybe halfway through the season. That's when I think you'll see him emerge. Give him a little bit more time to kind of gel and get worked with by the coaches. Motown Mitch, well, I already combated your stats from this morning, and you turned out and tried to trump me. Mine, okay. Gerard, what about Jake Fromm? Who knows, man? I think they have an interesting situation there because I really like what I've seen out of him. And MCDC said it in his presser. This is a kid who came out and did all that in the game with 0 reps. And I was not aware of that. Maybe he's, kind of not being accurate. Maybe he did get some reps, but basically no reps. Or he got no reps. But whatever. With limited reps, we could at least say that. Jake Fromm looked pretty dang good. Let's say Broski, kneecap, but okay, no more arguments here. All right, Reality Mike, Super Bowl, here we come, 1,000%. One funky payment. I think Dan said Brad, who talked to people on Thursday. Yeah, that could be. Let's see, kneecaps, I said Donovan Peoples-Jones wasn't confident in it. It happens, man. Let's see, Robert, please tell me Jake Fromm is still a Lion, coach. As far as I'm aware, yes, he still is a Lion. Motown, all you got is a repeat. Big L for the Broski Bear. Man, you should be getting used to this. Okay, let's move on from the Broski stuff, guys, and about the Lions. Corey, my 90-year-old grandmother could get more separation than Donovan Peoples-Jones coming. Seeing it coming, 100%. Boss up, what up, though? What up, Kurt Steele, the man of steel himself? I'm here, says Phil. Broski Bear, Phil is here. Dennis, what up, though? Kurt Steele, what up, though? Motown Mitch, yeah, some stuff you said. Okay, yeah. All right, let's see. Phil waving. JDC, 1 Duke Crew, yell on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! And just for you, I'm going to throw you a little. There you go. All right. Yep. Let's see. Boss up, bro. Ball and Podcast, Detroit Lions. The Hitman is here with 2 screen names. There you go. Yes, Kurt Steele is infamous like that. Motown Mitch, bunch of L's. Okay, no bear stuff. All right, here we go. Phil, this is a Lion show, 100%. So, hey, Don, Kurt here. We can expect Broski to relax now. This probably is true. Lewis and Patrick coming off back-to-back leg surgery. Stay away. There you go. Superdome or bust, says Jason. Let's see. Moonscar. So Donovan Peoples-Jones is the biggest surprise so far, in your opinion, but glad that this regime has the guts to do it. Yeah, him, Zane Zylstra, Scott Daly. From there, like I said, you could probably say yay or nay on some other ones. I would say Motown Mitch, $100 says Goff throws more touchdowns than Hooker. I'd say that's probably money well spent. Say Doug Hogan Hayton was much more athletic at special teams and younger. Could be all that for sure. Say Chris, is it Dan Campbell's fault they don't have enough talent? Drizzy, my Lions. I think they've got some pretty good talent. Say Phil, that's stupid Mitch. Okay. Hookadoo, you stated it, Broski, talking about, okay, no bear stuff here. Come on now. With all the vetoed the third quarterback as an emergency quarterback free space, won't keep 3 quarterbacks. Yeah, probably true. Moonscar, Zylstra cut before James Mitchell seems surprising too. That's where I would say the Zylstra cut is a surprise just because that meant Mitchell is still here. But you never know, I guess, where the coaches see. They see guys on a regular basis. We see them on a part-time basis. Say Doug Campbell gave Fromm a big compliment in his presser. Yes, he did, 1,000%. Phil, can you imagine Fromm with a playbook and the line and weapons? Yeah, and here's another one, some actual practice reps. You can imagine what happens then. See, JP, he got 0 reps, none in practice. He just tossed it to the sidelines. He did, man. He was out there just gunning. He was playing just pickup ball. Phil, don't push the guts. There we go. JDC, Magic 8 Ball says 13 days, 1 hour, and some change. Go Lions. Phil, guys. Okay, yep, I'm with you there. Don, lucky I don't have a wrench. There you go. Dennis, got to get that wrench. Woo! There you go. John, keep Tom Kennedy. He hasn't gone yet, so that could say something. Chris, what do we all do in life? Echoes throughout eternity. Lions are really echoing. There you go. Hey, that's a good, what do I want to say? Gladiator quote. See, Corey, Tom Kenny ain't making this team, I think, for the 100th time. Yeah, he's reliable, though. They know what they got in him. Brent Fromm might get snatched off the practice squad quicker than Sudfeld. Yeah, I don't think anybody's taking Sudfeld. Fromm, maybe, though. Day, regardless of what the Lions staff may say, I think Hooker is the first quarterback off the bench if Goff gets injured. I think listing Dudfield number 2 is an attempt to motivate Hooker to improve more quickly. That it could be. JDC, just be Silva here, and you don't get bonked by the bean by the wrench. There you go. Yeah, I agree with that. Corey, Dave Facts, let's see. Yankee, how many players can a team protect on the practice squad? 4. So just, 4 out of the 17. See, kneecap biting, yeah, they can have 17 on the practice squad, but 4 can be protected, I believe. See, Dennis, 16. All right, Perriman, 16 on practice squad. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's 16. I thought it was 17. Protect 4, correct. Let's see, kneecaps max of 4 weeks, correct. All right, Phil, Sudfeld was improving too. Well, let's hope so. Southwest Dan, there's not a team in the NFL that would sign Sudfeld to the 53-man roster. I would agree with that. Let's see, Coots excited for Vaki's future. Me too. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. If there's some other cuts, I'll try to get them over to you guys. If not, if it gets too late, I'll just save it for the morning show. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Hit that thumbs up button, the like button, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully, you all have a great day. Do something nice for somebody you don't know. Enjoy dinner, and we'll see you all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.
Happy trail.